Do your boxes often look like this 3 hours into wipe? Let's change that. This video covers all ways you can get a gun in Rust. If you think I missed any other methods, please let me know. Before we dive into these 10 strategies, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Rust content. Okay, starting off with one of the most annoying ways of getting a weapon is the metal detector. Sadly, this thing is a blueprint, kind of RNG. When it comes down to it, you still got to find this thing in a box or learn it on a workbench. But to use it, literally, you just hold right down, right click, and follow the beeps. There you go. As you can see, once the green and amber orange lights have maxed out, you'll get this little flag here. Pull out your weapon and start digging. Oh, look at that. We got 8 scrap. So, I'm going to see how many times this actually takes to get a gun. Okay, so on the third try, I really wasn't expecting that. I thought I was going to be doing this for genuinely ages. But on the third try, we got ourselves a revolver. I'll slap it on screen here, the actual odds of what you can get with the metal detector. But, I mean, if you get lucky in a crate, that's a pretty easy and quick gun. Definitely not a bad method. Let's move on to the next. For method number 2, we have the Rust NPC missions. Now, for guns, there's 2 main ones that you want to be doing. It's the Hunter and the Dive Master. Starting off first with the Dive Master. For our first mission here, the location is at any fishing village on the coast. These should be super easy to get to, as most of the time you are spawning on the beach anyway, and there's normally at least 2 or 3 scattered around the map. So if we go over to the Dive Master, hey, do you have a job for me? We want to select that one, and we want to do I'd like to go diving. Now this is the one that gives you the pump shotgun. All you have to do is untie 10 crates. Obviously, ideally, you're going to want the wetsuit, flippers, and the diving tank and goggles. To actually find these dive sites, you want to quickly take a look at your map, and it will show you exactly where one is. So AC4. To make life even easier, you want to get yourself a boat. But me, I will use flight. Well, this mission can be a little bit long-winded if you're trying to travel this much distance. For the pump shotgun early game, I would say it's very much worth it. So once you're here, you simply want to go all the way under. Let's actually not be a no clip. And there you go. You just want to untie these little crates. Let's get our last crate here. And once you loot all of these boxes here, you can head over back to the fishing village and claim your new pump shotgun. There we are, right in the inventory. Probably would take a little while with a boat or a raft even. It is still definitely worth it as a pump or any type of shotgun. For the second set of missions, we need to head over to a large barn or a ranch. Either of these can have the hunter mission, which you can see now. So first, we will say yes, we want to talk to him. And we don't want to do the boar or the deer hunt. These guys, these 2 missions will give you scrap. However, number 3 here, treasure. If we find the treasure in this time, 6 hours, I can hope you guys can find that. With just 25 scrap, you have a chance at finding a multitude of guns, actually. So it will tell you on the map exactly where to go. Up there it is, near the fishing village here. So obviously, I will not be walking there. Okay, let's see what we get. Ah, no guns yet. Now, sadly, because you only get 1 shot at this quest, it's the replayability of it clearly not there. However, if you do get that gun in the first crate, then it's all worth it. So if it's early game and you've just got onto the server, 100% go do this. You'll definitely get the 25 scrap back in all the comps you're going to get. So yeah, go ahead. Sadly, they do make you run a little way away, but if it's in the direction you want to go anyway, you might as well do it. And the chance of getting the weapons is entirely worth it. I'll throw up the odds on screen of what you can actually get through this mission. It's pretty good. There's a lot of weapons, but sadly it's RNG, all luck based. Moving on to method number 3, everyone knows it, the Detector system. Now, obviously this is hyper expensive, especially since they added the workbench tax. That extra 10% is nasty. Kind of like that update, to be honest. Made things a lot harder, because I think it's way too easy to get a gun. Now, technically, if you want the easiest gun to get using the Detector system, you're going to be getting a water pipe for 795 scrap. Obviously, the included cost of 75 scrap to make the level 1 workbench. This method is already well known, but I'm going to include it as it is definitely still a method to get a weapon. Way too expensive, but it is a method. Now, if you're playing on a 2x, honestly, getting a tier 2 and a P2 is super, super easy. On a vanilla, obviously double the work, and if you don't have, let's say, loot plus, just pure comps in barrels, yeah, this is not a good way to go. But on modded 2x, it's a brilliant way to go. Like, getting these guns is super, super easy. While it was a quick one, it's definitely a valid one. And if you're a farm bot, definitely a way to go to get your first weapon. Let's move on to the next method, which is actually quite a new one. Now this here is the traveling vendor, one of our newest additions to the game. Now if you come across this, you're in luck, because you really don't need a lot of scrap. You need, for a Python, look, HLMG, I mean 330, I probably wouldn't spend that on this, but for a Python 115 scrap, oh, I would be definitely buying that. So definitely for another method of getting guns, this is super, super easy. However, once again, down to RNG. Now, if you are near the traveling vendor, do not pull out your weapon, as this is technically a safe zone. Okay, if your rust wipe is going that down bad, you can come to Outpost and Bandit Camp and buy these extremely overpriced weapons. As you can see, things like a revolver for 400 scrap is insane, and Bandit's no better. However, vending machines are insanely good. Not the Outpost and Bandit Camp ones, it's the player ones. If you are blatant to wipe, you can sometimes find people selling things like Thompsons for sulfur, or sometimes even cheaper than this. But this is definitely a good method of getting guns, especially if you're blatant to wipe. So you have to send a little Amazon Prime drone off there and they'll go grab you your weapon. Obviously, this is extremely situational and you need to be kind of latent to wipe or just struggling that bad for a good 5 hours. But yeah, it's definitely a method to get a weapon and quite an easy one, to be honest. And if you want to bite the bullet and spend 500 scrap on a DB, please don't do that, but you can. This next method, which isn't really a method of getting guns, has to be mentioned as it's just way too common throughout the entire game. It's RNG in general. So we're talking heli crates, crates on rig, crates in Bradley, or even just any crates scattered around the map. There's so many different odds and chances of you getting a gun from these that I can't really not cover it because it's a main thing in the game. Obviously you've got your best odds with locked crates. They tend to always give guns. I've even had heli crates before never give me a gun. Those ones most definitely have the higher odds, especially for better guns. This also covers standard keycard rooms, so green, red and blue, launch site, airfield, all those monuments, all classed as RNG, which can get you weapons. So we've shown a lot of the RNG methods. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about skill. For the next method, it's Snowball.
Oh no, I hope nobody is door camping me. What a beautiful day. Oh no! Oh, not my loot. You have an AK?
Well, what you just saw was very much scripted. Here's a quick clip of me actually snowballing. While my kill didn't lead me to get an AK, it sure did upgrade my weapon. I would always recommend getting your hands on any type of shotgun in this game, because they do normally lead to big loot. Up next, we've got the Waterwell NPC. Not a lot of people know about this one. Now, this has an element of RNG, however, there's no missions, so it's pretty easy to get these weapons. Now, the thing is, with these Waterwell NPCs, is mainly they are located, well, at the waterwells. And most of the time, these are going to be in the jungle here. So, you got to think, it's going to be kind of hard to get these guns, mainly because of all the tigers and panthers running about. However, these weapons are cheap. 120 scrap for the revolver and the DB, and 170 for the semi-automatic pistol. Now, I wouldn't be buying a revolver here when you can spend literally 50 extra scrap and get a semi-pistol. However, the DB has got to be the best buy here. This gun can get you AK pretty damn easily. And this guy also sells pistol bullets and med sticks. Now, you've got to be quick with these guys because they're not going to be here forever. When you get on the server, there's a chance that other players can kill the NPC. And now, once that is done, yeah, there's no more shop. And he drops nothing. So, to be honest, best thing for you guys if you really want to be scummy is go buy the guns you want and murder him in cold blood. That would really stop everyone else's progression. Well, as you just saw with the other Waterworld NPC, the guns are pretty damn good. But remember, this is RNG. As you can see, this guy here, well, he's still selling good stuff. Pistol bullet, med stick, jackhammer, but much cheaper, by the way. It's not guns. So this is still an RNG method, but a damn good one, because if you do find guns, they're super cheap. Just remember, get there fast. So, you've tried everything and nothing's working. This method is called accepting your fate. Go to Outpost and just start begging. Hello, is there any chance someone could give me one gun, like any gun whatsoever? Can I have one gun, guys? Hello? Now, because you play Rust, this method obviously doesn't work. For our final method, you're going to want to head over to your closest modded server and type in /kit. Obviously, these last two methods are kind of a joking one. You cannot do this in real Rust, but if worst comes to worst and you're employed, sadly, that J word is terrifying, then you might want to play modded, because those kits can get you that gun easily. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like. If I missed anything in the comments, let me know.